Welcome, everybody. I need you to get out your assignment. We are gonna grade it. Oh, awesome. You can. Yes, you can sit wherever you want. You guys need to get out your assignment. We're going to grade it. So that means that you need to get a red grading pen. They're at the front on this table. So come get a red grading pen. All right, the only thing in your hand should be a red grading pen. We're going to grade our assignment. So the problems. The problems are 3 points apiece. 3 points apiece for each blank. So like on the back where you've got domain and range and a function, those are 3 different blanks. And I did that on purpose because it gives you more opportunity for partial credit. So as you're going through and you're grading it, if you did half the domain right, but not the other half, then you don't have to take off a full 3 points. You can just take off a point or 2, just depending on how you did. But this is you grading your paper. So I want you to grade honestly. If you didn't do more than half of it, then I probably would keep it and turn it in late. But if you pretty much did everything, but maybe you didn't do a question or 2, I would go ahead and grade it and turn it in. So again, as you grade it, they are 3 points apiece, but you are the grader. I want you to grade fair, but it is okay if you feel like I did all the work, but I only missed a little thing. Well, don't take off 3 points. You can take off a point or 2. It's you, you're the grader. When you're done, you're going to take however many points you took off, and then you're going to subtract from 100. You're going to put a grade on the top right corner, and you're going to turn it in. Please do not turn in your paper with minus 22. I don't want to see minus 22. I want to see 78. Okay, does everybody understand how to grade it? Okay, so there you go. If you cannot see, then get up and move. On the back, I don't think I told your class, but I decided after your class that it's okay if you just show interval and then inequality. If you showed all 3, that's amazing. But if you just at least showed me these 2, I'm good with that. So again, the only thing you should have in your hand is a red grading pen. If you're not going to grade your paper, fine, put your head down. But I also don't want to see phones out while we're grading because we cannot take pictures of the screen. Sure, you're the grader. You get to decide. Yes. Did you show work? Yeah. Then I probably wouldn't take off all of the points. Yeah, minus 1 or 2, just depends. When you turn in your paper, this is your board, your wall, your place to turn in papers, and you're going to pick up just these 2 things. Actually, never mind. I'm wrong. You're going to pick up the little tiny sheet. That's all you're picking up, the little half sheet. When you turn in your assignment, and you turn in the red grading pen, you're going to pick up the little half sheet of paper. That's it, just the little half sheet of paper on the Algebra 2 table. So when you're done grading, you will get up and you will go turn it in, and you will pick up just the little half sheet that talks about domain and range. On the algebra table right here. Yep, you'll turn it in the pink basket and you're picking up just the little half sheet of paper. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have an extra. You know, maybe actually I do. I have the front page. You got your phone? So as you're done, please make sure you turn it in. Give me back my red pen. Pick up only the little half sheet. The half sheets are on this table right by the pink basket. You're only picking up the half sheet. And I didn't finish the last three. We finished the end on here, but if you want to ask the person you're sitting next to, take a picture of the backside of our notes. Huh? You're going to turn it into the pink basket and pick up the little half sheet. So you turn in your assignment with a grade on it. You pick up the little half sheet. And make sure you give me back my red grading pen. And you're picking up this little half sheet that says exit ticket, Algebra 1 review, illustrate and explain. Will you put it in the basket, please, in the little cup? You're picking up just the little half sheet that says explain in your own words what is domain and range. All right, the little half sheet, it says illustrate and explain in your own words what is domain and range. So that's what you're doing right now. It shouldn't take you much time. I'm going to put a timer for 3 minutes because it should not take you more than 3 minutes. This is a very simple definition. And if you are unsure how to answer, then look at your notes from last class because we wrote down what is domain, what is range. We answered this question. All you got to do is look at your notes and then you can fill this out. It's meant to be very quick, very easy. Everybody should get 100. And I know it says exit ticket. In a perfect world, we would have done it last class. So you can get your notes from last class and you can look at them and you can fill it in. I want a simple definition. What is domain? What is range? I always have students ask me, do I need to keep this? Yes, you need to keep this. Anything I give back to you, any notes that you have, you keep it for things like this. Did you finish your little hop sheet? Okay, go ahead and turn it in on your way to the restroom. And you can pick up these 2 sheets and set them on your desk as you walk in. All right, right now you don't need your phone. All you need is your notes. So looking at your notes, what is domain? Anybody? What is it?
Where something is on the graph from side to side.
Okay, yes, domain is where does your graph live, left and right? What is range? Yeah, where's your graph live, but it's up and down. And so you can show me with an arrow up and down and left and right, and you can put the phrase there. Where does your live? Left and right or up and down. So that is what domain and range are. When you finish up that thought, you're going to make sure that you have your name at the top. You're going to go turn it in and you're going to get the 2 whole sheets. And if you didn't put my red pen back earlier, go ahead and take it with you and turn it in. If you need a pencil, please grab a pencil. So when you go back to sit down, you should have 2 sheets of paper in front of you. All right, we're gonna begin our notes. So you can put your phones away, your Chromebooks away, you can put tablets away, your earbuds away. You don't need anything out to do the notes. So go ahead and put your phones away, your things away. It's a good idea to write in pencil. Also, I didn't for our first day of notes or our first lesson, but I typically record everything. So like I'm recording right now and I post them so that you can always go back and see them if you missed class. So I record the notes. Probably I'll record them mostly with your class because you're the first algebra class. And then, like I said, I'll post them. I'll show you guys how to get to them probably next class. So for the last two class periods, we were talking about PEMDAS and we were simplifying expressions. Today, it's going to be a little bit different because it's solving. So we use PEMDAS, but it is to simplify things. When we go to solve, it's a little different. And so just like we have an acronym for simplifying, and we say PEMDAS, GMDAS, whatever, we will use another acronym. It's not like official or anything. You won't see it in a textbook. Probably no other teacher will even know what you're talking about because I kind of made it up. Okay, it's CLT P's MD. CLT P's MD. Have any of you seen CLT before? Means combine like terms. CLT means just combine like terms. Not DCLT. CLT is combine like terms. P's MD looks similar to something. It looks similar to PEMDAS, but it's kind of out of order, right? What I did was I switched the addition, subtraction, and the multiplication division, because when you're solving something, you do them in the opposite order because we're trying to undo things. But you can't really go to solve things until you have combined all the like terms. So that means that like anything with a y needs to be all grouped together, any x's need to be all grouped together, any coefficients, I'm sorry, any constants, a constant is just a number by itself, all of those need to be together. So when you look at the first one, actually, I also want to write down our whole goal. The goal of any of these. Get variable by itself. Your whole goal is to get the variable by itself. You want to get y by itself. You want to get x by itself. Your answer is x equals y equals. That's the goal. That's what solving means. So for the first one, when I look on both sides, there's no extra y terms. There's no extra constant. Same thing with the other side. So I can go straight to solving. So there's no combine like terms part. So then I can look on both sides. Do I have any parentheses or exponents? No. So then to actually solve it, I have to take care of addition, subtraction first. So if my goal is to get y by itself, then I need to remove the 3 and I need to remove the 4. It is very important that we do it in the correct order or you will get the incorrect answer. So the correct order is that we have to take care of the addition subtraction part first. So I have to move the +4. So to move the +4, I will subtract it. So 19 minus 4, what is that? 15. And again, we don't have a calculator for the first test, so it's very important that we aren't relying on our phone, on other calculators. Like we have to be able to do this math. And then after I do the addition subtraction piece, then I can take care of any multiplication division. So I have a 3y. So how do I undo multiply by 3? Divide. 15 divided by 3 is what? 5. That is my answer. I got y all by itself. That was my goal. How could I check my answer? I could plug it back in. So if I plugged it back in, 3 times 5 is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That is correct. So remember, you can check by plugging in. And if when you're taking your quiz or your test, you want to know how you did, well, if you're checking your answers as you go, then you will know how you did. Example 2. I don't have any terms that I need to combine, so I don't need to combine like terms. I don't see any parentheses or exponents. So now I go to this part. I have to do the addition subtraction first before I can take care of multiplication division. So I can't just, oh, multiply by 4. That is illegal math. You cannot do it. So first I have to take care of the +3. I need to move it to the other side. So inverse of adding 3 would be subtracting 3. So I have -5 and I'm getting 3 more negative. And then students always stress out when they see this, but don't, because it just means divide by 4. And the inverse of divide is multiply. Y'all are good at multiplying. So I take that 4, bring it over, and I will multiply by 4. So I have -8 times 4. -32, very good. And again, I could check my answer how? I could plug it in. If I plugged it in, I would have -32 divided by 4. So I get -8. -8 plus 3 is -5. Good job. How is example C different? Different letters, yep. How else is C different? Yeah, there's more than one. So this is when this part comes into play, the combined like terms. So if you got a bunch of stuff all strung out, well, we need to put some stuff together first. So we need to put all the G's together. So I have 5 and I have -7 and I have 4. So I need to put all of those together first. So you can do it however you want to. This is also the same as, what's 5 plus 4? 9. What's 9 minus 7? 2. So I have 2G plus 18 on this side equals 8. Now this is pretty much like example 1. What's my first step? What is it? Yeah, I'm going to subtract 18 to the other side. So I have 8 minus 18. What is that? Yep, very good. Negative 10. And my very last step, what is it? Divide by 2. Very good. Negative 10 divided by 2 is what? Negative 5. Good job, guys. Is this a little easier than you thought it was going to be? Hopefully, it's not too bad. Bless you. Is anybody still copying this? Okay, let's move on. We're going to do D and E. So when I look at D, it looks like I don't need to combine like terms on either one side, but what I do have is variables on both sides. So I have to decide which way I want to go. Do I want to bring the 6 over here or the 3 over here? What you want to do, and truly you can solve it either way, you can get the right answer. But I like to think of the bigger number like a magnet. And so if you always start with your bigger number and pull over the smaller one, then you should always end up with a positive number, which is, it makes it easier. So is 6 or 3 bigger? Okay, so if we're going to keep 6 where it is and move the 3 over, then that means that we just decided that we're gonna put X's on the left and constants on the right. So you can do this in 2 steps, or you could do it together. You could say, yep, I'm gonna move the 3 over, subtract 3X, and I'm gonna move this 5 over and add 5. Did you get the same thing? Okay, so our goal, what's our goal? Yeah, we want X by itself. So to get X by itself, I need to get rid of that 3. To get rid of the 3, it's multiplying, so I will divide by 3. And nobody needs a phone or a calculator. It just is 11 over 3. That is your answer. Does it reduce? No, you box it. That is your answer. This is usually when I figure out if somebody was using their calculator or not, because then I get these crazy decimals. I don't want a decimal answer. I want a fraction. I'm not giving you a calculator, so I don't expect anything other than this. If it can reduce, you would reduce it. Or if it divides, divide it. But other than that, that answer is fine. Fractions are good. Fractions need love too. Are y'all good? And how could I check it? I could plug it in. So if I was really stressed and I didn't know if this worked or not, I could always take that answer and I could go plug it in. If you were freaking out because you got a fraction. This next one, it looks like I need to clean it up first. I need to combine like terms. So on the left side, I only have 1 W, but I have 2 constants. So I need to put my constants together. On the right side, I have 2 W's. So I need to put those together. And then I just have 1 constant. So I'm going to combine like terms on each one side. So on this one, I need to put those together. And on this side, I need to put these together. So on the left side, I have negative 15 and I'm getting 2 more positive. Very good, negative 13. And then on the right side, I have 6 and I'm taking 2 away. So all I did was combine like terms. I did the combine like terms. I put all of the variable parts together and then all of the constants together on each side. So my next step, I need to decide where do I want the variables to go, on the left or the right. And so I'm going to look for the bigger one. Which one has the most amount of W's? It's the same. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so then it shouldn't matter. We can move it to either side. So what if I take this 4W and I subtract it over here? What's 4 minus 4? So I don't have any more W's, right? I mean, 4 minus 4 is 0. I don't have any of them. I'm done with them. So I get negative 13 equals negative 13. Do what?
If you move the 13 is positive, so it's 0.
So, well, at this point, is 13 equal to negative 13 equal to 13? Is that true? Yes, it is true. So what we ended up with when you make your variable disappear, one of two things happens. Either you end up with a true statement. This is a true statement. This is true. Because that is correct. Negative 13 is negative 13. It is correct. It works. So this is what we call a true statement. It is true. And when it's true, it's a weird thing. Any answer will work. Anything. So our answer, W, has infinitely many solutions. That seems like a lot to write. A lot of times it's just abbreviated as IMS. Has infinitely many solutions. That means you could plug in anything you wanted. And they all work. Yeah. Now what we're going to do is you are going to go 1 through 6 on the homework. We're going to take a look at those. So I know that you're not going to be able to finish all of these, but I'm going to give you 5 minutes to work on them. I know that you won't be able to finish all of them, but I'm going to give you 5 minutes to work on them. So there's your timer, 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to work on them. Okay, while you guys are working, I am going to take attendance. Can you pull your earbuds out, please? Thank you. All right, go ahead and finish up what you're working on. All right, for the first question on the homework, this one, what answer did you get? -4. Y'all are on the right track. So I believe you should have more time at the end of class to kind of finish some of these up. You probably didn't have enough time to finish them all, but that's okay. We are going to move on. Oh, how about some eye yoga? Oh, wow. So I left it off of my slide last class and I got all kinds of complaints. So it's back. We're gonna do eye yoga. So we're gonna look up, down 5 times. We're gonna look left, right, 5 times, counterclockwise, clockwise. You're gonna look at your desk and you're gonna look around the room. I know y'all maybe hate it, but it's okay. It's good for you. It's good for you. Y'all shouldn't feel that stupid. Y'all aren't the ones that are on video right now. All right. Thank you to those of you that play along. So let's go ahead and put our phones away again. I shouldn't have to keep reminding you guys. Let's put our phone away. If you have time to get on your phone, then you have time to finish working on these problems. So we're moving on to example 2. They work similar. It's just more, we're just continuing on. For A, when I take a look at it, and I'll jot down what I wrote before, just so it's up here. I said CLT, P's, MD. So first thing I need to take a look at is combining like terms, or if there's no combining like terms, then I could do P's, or sorry, the PE part, and those are all together. So part of taking care of this parentheses right here is going to create some terms that I need to combine. So it's kind of, those all kind of happen together. Do y'all remember what you do when you've got this on the outside? It's a word that starts with a D. Distribute. Yeah, so I'm going to distribute in the -2 to both pieces. And I need to make sure that I rewrite everything. So I have -2 times x, -2x. And then I have -2 times -1. Negative times negative will be a +1. And then plus 4x. Boys, if y'all can't handle sitting next to each other and doing notes, y'all are going to have to sit somewhere else, okay? So I don't want to talk over y'all when I'm talking. So I did the parentheses. I didn't have any exponents, but now I have terms that I need to combine. So that kind of all happens together. So I need to put together this -2 and +4. So what's 4 minus 2? 2. So I'm going to rewrite it, combining those. So I got to here. Did y'all get to here? At this point, we need to decide which side do we want to have the variable on. So when I look, I've got a 10 and I have a 2. Well, 10 is bigger. So let's move this 2 over here. And we'll do this one step by step. So we can move this 2 over. It's positive on this side, so we have to subtract 2x on this side. (10 minus 2 is 8. Do you agree? Yes. Good question. Thank you. What is it? Yeah, yep, yep. Thank you. Yes, it's +2. If you blindly followed me, then you need to erase your paper. Yes. Don't blindly follow me on a Monday morning. So yes, thank you. Is this why when I said, did we get this, nobody answered me? Because y'all had it different. Did we get here together? Now what? Very good. That's exactly what we do. We need to get rid of this +3. So to get rid of it, we have to subtract 3. So -3 + 2, what do we get? -1. What is my goal? Get x by itself. So x is not by itself. So my very last step, I need to get rid of this 8. I'm multiplying by 8, so I will divide by 8. Does -1/8 reduce? No, and you don't have a calculator, so this is what you're going to give me. -1/8. You will get answers. They will be fractions. It will be okay. Again, this is how I usually know if somebody's using a calculator or photo math or something, because you start getting decimals, and I'm telling you, don't give me decimals. Don't. I want a fraction answer. Okay, we don't need our phone right now. We can do this math in our head, I promise. For this next one, we have to multiply by fractions to do this part right here. The combined like terms, parentheses, exponents, to get rid of all that stuff. We're gonna have to multiply it by fractions. Last class, we talked about multiplying by fractions. We're gonna have to get good at it. Okay, it's not going away, and you don't have a calculator, so we have to learn how. As I distribute in, and I have to distribute both of these to do this problem. For this one, I have 2 times 6. What is that? 12. So 2 times 6 is 12 divided by 3. 4. The first part is 4y. We're going to do the next part. This one is a positive times a negative. So I know it's going to be negative. I'll go ahead and put the negative there. I have 18 times 2. 36. Very good. 36 divided by 3. 36 divided by 3. What? 12. Okay. We had to think about it for a second, but you can do it. Let's do this one. And you have your paper, you can write it out. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. Yes, that is exactly what you do. I mean, that's what a fraction is. That's how we get rid of a fraction. And especially if you have a fraction and you end up with that at the end, then that's how you get rid of it. You take the bottom and it's dividing. The top is multiplying. So for this one, we've got 8 times 3. Very good. I'm going to put my plus sign. 24. 24 divided by 4. 6. And there's a y. And then for the next one, it's positive times a positive, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the plus there because I don't want to forget it. Okay, this one we're gonna have to do slow. So we've got 32 times 3. We can do this. So let's do the 30 first. So it'd be 369 or 90. And then 222. So we get 96. See, y'all did it. And then it's 96 divided by 4. It's 24. Very good. 24. All right, we got rid of all of the parentheses. There are no exponents, but I do need to combine like terms. So I can be slow. I need to put these two things together, and I need to put these two things together. So I have 6 and 4, so that's 10y. And then for the constants, I have 24. And if I take 12 away, then how many do I have? 12, very good. Now, this is just like the very first problem on the notes. So we're at this part now. We can do the addition, subtraction, and then multiplication, division. So I'm adding 12, so I can subtract 12. And if we're subtracting, we're getting even more negative. Our answer will be negative. Very good. And I have one last step. What is it? Divide by 10. And it's a negative divided by a positive, so my answer is going to be negative. And 30 divided by 10 is 3. How could I check that answer? I could plug it in. Example C for number 2. Does that look fun? No, we're actually not doing it. Unless anybody really, really, really wants to. I didn't think so. So we're gonna look at questions 7 through 10 on your homework, but on your homework, do you see which question we're gonna omit from the homework? 9, so you can put an X through number 9. So we're only taking a look at those 3 questions, 7, 8, and 10 right now. And I'm gonna put another 5 minutes on the board. I guarantee that these are not the kind of problems you want to do for homework. So I would make sure that you're working on them right now when I give you time, because also you have somebody right next to you that's also working on homework. So you have an opportunity to check. Yeah, of course. Just come back. Again, this is the best time to do homework because you have somebody right next to you. You can check your answers. You can ask somebody to help you if you get stuck. And please, please, please resist the urge to grab your phone, your watch, your calculator to do these problems. Just do it slow. You can use the side of your paper because on that first test, you won't have a calculator. Yep.
This it can't go into.
You had this same step, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then we had to put
I
these two
took these
together.
two together.
So 12 minus 10.
2, but I thought you go back.
And
That one is
you
negative,
could go
it goes-
either way, so it's negative 10 plus 12 or 12 minus 10.
Okay.
That's 12x. Times for 12.
And it's like the same way. Like the same way that I did it.
Just change that number, yeah.
And
Let's see.
I got stuff here.
Okay, so I moved this one over to this side because that one is positive. Sorry, this one's bigger. So if I have 11 and 5, then I want it to be over here. So 11 minus 5 gave me 6. And then I moved this one over here, negative 9 and negative 3 gives me negative 12. Negative 12 divided by 6 is negative 2.
Oh.
Jalen. I don't really know what number that is.
Oh, I erased it. I forgot. I didn't put it down.
Okay, so was this one wrong? I would say minus one. Was this one wrong?
One back across
Minus
all.
one, minus one, minus one, and then went back, minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So what's 100 minus 20? Very good. All right, finish up whichever problem that you're working on, Dariana. Lenina, both of you. Okay, so it says I don't know how to create, so we're gonna do it together. So this one, you did all the work, but you didn't get the right answer, so let's just take off one. And then here, we didn't do them, so this one, this one. This one, let's do. Okay, this one you didn't do it, but you put some stuff there, so let's do minus 2, minus 1. This one, I don't know exactly what part that you missed there, but there was 3 parts. So let's just do minus 2 on that one. So we're going to count them up. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. So it's 100 minus 17. What is that? Close your eyes.
Really?
I'm serious. Close your eyes. Sometimes that helps. 100 minus 17. So, listen, everybody struggles with math. Y'all learned other one during COVID. So let's think about it. It's 100 minus 17. So we got to take off 10. That's where I did 90.
Yeah.
We're going to take off 7. 9 minus 7. Do you think you know it? 82, 83, 83. Do you agree?
What is that, right? You just. It is right.
Good. So stay up here because we're going to do this one too. And there's good news that if you make something that's less than an 80, then turn them in. It's late. Because you can always get an 80, or if you get something back and it's lower, you get a 60 on something. Redo it, you can turn it in for an 80. So don't worry about that. So this one looks this one. Maybe that part's wrong. So we'll do this one, 18. This one, 2. Okay. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 28. So 100 minus 28. So what's 100 minus 20? Very good. And then we've got to take off 8.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
I just,
Yeah, but you can also redo it.
yeah.
So, y'all are good. I just wanted to make sure y'all understood how to grade it, because both y'all put, I don't know how to grade.
Yeah.
Gabriella. Okay, so I didn't see a grade on here.
I didn't understand most of it, so.
That's okay. I just want to make sure that we understand how to grade it. Okay. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, and then these I don't finish. So that's 30. So 100 minus 30. You can always redo that. All right. Onward and upward. We're going to continue on. If you have any questions over these, remember that this one, make sure that you mark through it and you omit. It's always a good idea to check with the people around you and see what they're getting, because sometimes it's something really simple. And please don't think that you're dumb because you did 2 plus 3 and for some reason you got 6, because in your mind you were thinking of multiply. Like, everybody makes those mistakes. It's not a big deal. I have a math degree. I have written and proven my own theorem. And how many mistakes have you guys seen me make? Plenty. Okay. We struggle with simple math, and that is okay. The way that we fix it is we check ourselves. So again, if you're checking your answer with somebody, if you're plugging the answer back in, those are all ways to check yourselves. It's usually really small things, but definitely don't beat yourself up. Brain break. Let's stand up. All right, remember that these silly little brain breaks help us. Sitting all day long is not what we were meant to do. It's not the way that most of us learn best. So standing up is good for you, even if you hate it. So sit down if you have a cat. I don't want to judge, but a little bit it's hard for me. Is it just like one cat or like lots of cats? 3 cats, that's a lot of cats. I had somebody say they had 12 cats. 12 cats is a lot of cats. I have a cat. His name is Savage. The name is very fitting. Sit down if your birthday is over the summer. Did y'all like having a summer birthday, or did you feel like it kind of sucked because your friends could never come to your party? It sucks having a summer birthday. My sons, they have birthdays over Thanksgiving break and over Christmas break. And then my daughter has a birthday in the summer. And so none of them have birthdays like, oh yeah, Friday is my birthday. Come to my birthday. They could never do that. It sucked. Sit down if you traveled outside of the state during the summer. Did anybody go anywhere fun? Where'd y'all go? Where'd you go? Me too. I went to the Yosemite National Park. Sit down if you don't really like Monday. That's me. I don't really like Monday. I think I would like Monday better if it was a half day Monday. It'd be easier to come back if it was like half day. We only had to come back like noon to 4. I'd be fine with that. Now we're gonna flip over the paper for the notes and we're gonna start working on the back. Flip over the notes and we're gonna start working on the back. So example 3 on the back. This is a 2-part problem. So we have to do this part first. It says if 4g plus 5 equals 9, if this happens, what is the value of this? Those of you that are seniors and you're taking TSI in October, you will see questions like this. They're all over the place. If this, then that. Okay, it's 2 parts. If this, so we have to do the if this first. Then we can do the other part. So first we have to do this. We have to know what G equals. First, we have to find out what does G equal. Then we can take it and plug it in. Okay, it's 2 parts. My first part, I have to solve this. So I have 4g plus 5 equals 9. Simple 2-step problem. What do I do first? Subtract. Remember, I have to do P's, M, D. So I have to do the addition subtraction first. Nine minus 5, 4. Whew. So last step, I can divide by 4. What's 4 divided by 4? Very good. So I have to take G equals, and now I go plug it in. That is my second step. G equals 1 is not my answer because that's not what it's asking me for. It's saying, if you find out this, then plug it in. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to plug in G equals 1 right here where it says G. I'm going to rewrite that 4, and then I'm going to plug in what I got for G minus 2. 4 times 1 is 4 minus 2 is 2. That is my answer. If this, then that. If this, then that. So this is just like questions 11 and 12. They're both multiple choice, but you will not get credit for multiple choice if you don't show work. Just telling you. So this is just like 11 and 12 on the homework. You have to first solve. You have to first find out what is Y, what is X, then plug it in. If this, then that. So that's like those on the homework. We've only got one more type of question to do, and then we are done for today. These. Who really likes these? We're given words and you got to rewrite it. Nobody really likes these. Okay, but they're not going away. They are going to be on your test. So we got to know how to do them. So it says write an algebraic expression and solve. So this is 2 parts. 2 parts. So it's write an equation, first part, and then solve it, second part. Write an equation and then solve. We need to remember some words. So you've got a little space. Maybe I should have put this on the left side. Here, I'll do that. I'm going to move these things over here. So you've got a little bit of space down the right side of your paper on your notes. We're going to remember what these words mean. You'll see words like sum, product, quotient. I think of, oh, difference. And these are all the result of something. So you get a sum as a result of doing what operation? It's from when you add. Okay, you get this because you added. A product is when you multiply. The quotient was because you, maybe you don't remember that one. So let's go on to the difference. It's when you did what? Subtract. Okay, so we've got add, multiply, and subtract. So what does quotient have to go with? Divide. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that we remembered what those words are so that when we read them, we know what operation it's telling us to do. So for example, 4a, it says the difference between the product of 4 and a number 6 is 30. Shake your head yes if you agree that that sounds confusing. Okay, we're going to break it down bit by bit. So it says the difference between. The only way you can get a difference is if you have something minus something, right? So we're going to set that up. We're going to have something minus something. I know that that's what the word difference means. Difference means subtract. So it says the difference between the product of 4, product means what? Multiply the product of 4 and a number, product of 4 and a number. That means it's 4 times a number, right? You can call a number whatever you want. You can call it n because it's a number. So would you agree that 4n is the product of 4 and a number? It means you're multiplying them together. And 6. So we've got that and we have 6. 4n and 6. Says the difference of the product of 4 and a number and 6 is 30. Is means equals. Before we solve this one, I want to help you set up the next one. The next one says 5 more than the quotient of a number and 4 is 3. Okay, so 5 more than. The only way that you can have 5 more than something is if you have something and then you add 5, right? That means 5 more than. So we're going to add 5. 5 more than. The quotient, remember quotient means what? Divide. So we're dividing. We have a number and 4. Okay. So 5 more than, I have to have something and I'm going to add 5. I have to have something there and I'm adding 5. So what I'm adding 5 to is it's 5 more than the quotient of a number and 4. So quotient means divide and it's a number and 4 is 3. If you struggle with writing these, it's okay. You are not alone. The more we do, the better you'll get. So this was the first part. This was write an equation. That was step 1. Step 2 is solve. So write an expression, that's step 1. Solve, that's 2. These are actually not expressions. These are equations. Equations have an equal sign. To solve these are both very simple two-step problems. To solve this one, I would add 6. And then I need to divide by 4. What is 36 divided by 4? It's okay if you are rusty with your math facts. Think about it. 36 divided by 4. 9. Very good. So these are your 2 parts. Step 1, write an equation. Step 2, solve it. So I will help you solve this last one. We're adding 5, so that reverse PEMDAS or the P's MD. We first have to subtract 5. And then we need to multiply by 4. It's going to be negative because I have negative times a positive. So 2 times 4 is 8. These are my 2 parts. 1, 2. All right, you got about 10 minutes before the bell rings. I would, if I was you, I would work on my assignment. When you come in next class, it will be just like this class that we will grade our paper pretty much right away.